Respected sadhakas, welcome in your struggle, my struggle. Now we understand mind intellect resists for these spiritual things. We have to be convinced about sadhana. We have to pacify our mind with intellect and bring it to the minimum thing called as listening. Up to that, the mind will permit for some people like you and I. Beyond that, the mind refuses to remember what is spoken or heard, to do the vicharana, contemplate on that. So this is the second padhav or hurdle in the form of our own mind, which we have to somehow cross, and in small doses we should start remembering at least that day what is taught and some noble thoughts that are gathered. If we can try to do manana chintana on that, try to know the truth in that, try to make a commitment to practice them, then we are slowly entering into the second padhav. After that only, slowly, the clear understanding followed by conviction regarding truth to be reached, spiritual goal to be achieved comes in us. Thereafter only, then the actual sadhana of the Vyatireka and the Anvaya, outside as well as inside, we can do. And when it is done fully, completely, complete Vyatireka, complete Anvaya, then we will visualize or experience that one self only everywhere. First, on the seat of meditation, in our own heart, once that is discovered, the same will be found everywhere. So these are the few steps we are yet to cross or travel. Keeping that in mind, we have to do our regular study sadhana. Remember, in samsara also nothing is easy. And with all difficulties, Shrama Evahi Kevalam, what we get is very meager things, small little pleasures with so much regret, so much of guilt, so much of exhaustions, tirednesses, finally leading only to the disappointment of Kimahagam Sadhuna Karavam, Kimahagam Papam Akaravam. Lucky that Nachiketa in his childhood only recognized all these involvements, other than wasting our life, exhausting our faculties, making them useless for spirituality, they are not going to give any lasting, respectful bliss or happiness. And that is why he has not entered into them only, he just rejected. He was wise. The second level of wisdom is having gone through them, knowing their emptiness. At least now, one by one, we have to reject or replace them by spiritual sadhanas. It is in our own discretion, it is in our own decision, it is in our own freedom, it is in our own interest. Those who are able to do, they only can get the taste of these things. All said and done, whether we highly do our dhyana abhyas and experience Paramatma or not, when we look back and see that there's a satisfaction that these were the days where we were spending our mornings, evenings for the Shastra Shravana. And definitely, Shastra speaks truth, Shastra speaks moksha. We, in our inability, inefficiency, are not able to grasp entirely the Shastra. Therefore, no one of us can blame the Shastras for our not reaching the truth. There will be a satisfaction that I have heard. If at all regret is there, the regret is about ourselves only. That while doing the Shravanam, we have not done the required Manana, Dhyanam, and all our outer inner practices which help us in Manana Dhyanam. So then again we continue same Bhagavad Shravana only, this time with more inner and outer preparedness to grasp, to get committed, to do the sadhana, as well as to go beyond, you call it as Panchakoshas, go beyond, you call it as three Deha, you call it as three Gunas, call it as three Avasthas, call it as a Triputi, any bhasha you use, but the thing is the same. In Bhakti Bhavana, entire personality layers are continuously, completely used only in the service of the Lord, in which Upasana is there, Puja is there, Bhajana Kirtana is there, Seva is there, Smarana is there. All of that are done by faculties. When they are done only for the God, that is called as Bhajana or Bhakti or Sharanagati. In either the case, we have to rise above our Upahati Tadatmya, Yukta, limited individuality. When this is done, we don't cease to exist. We exist either in devotion as the wonderful devotee of the Lord whose Yoga Kshema, Yogasya Kshema, he will take care. In Vedanta, we don't cease to exist. Anyway, we continue existing, but we cease to exist as a limited being with Upadhi. We will be experiencing our infinitude. It's always covetable, it is always desirable only. But all these opening ups of the intellect, of conviction about Adhyatmikata and all, will only when we are continuously exposed to Shastra. कभी भी किसी भी जिंदगी में हमें अपने गुरुओं का उपदेश रूपी ये शास्त्रों का सुनना नहीं, as early as possible, as more as possible, as frequently as well. Added to that Shravanam, if the Mananam also is done, then it gives more and more clarity. So may the Guru Parampara, the Shruti Parampara, Shruti Mata, the God, the Ishta Devata, receiving our salutations and prayers, bless us with this next stage of our evolution, along with sadhana, clarity of understanding, and commitment daily, Subha Dopar Sham, in our efforts to rise above this limited, transcend, limited and transcend the limited to see the transcendental. So may it happen to us like yesterday every day. Today too, let us sit for our Dashama Skandham Adhyanam. We are into 70th chapter. Lord Krishna's Dinacharya. Yesterday we saw he will be reaching to Sudharma Sabha. Wonderful celebrations there. Then the Dutha sent by the Rajas come. Then Naraji also comes. That is the portion in 70th chapter. After that we have Adhyatma Ramayanam. Today, the beginning of the Rama Ravana Yuddha. Then we have the Ashtotra Shatnamavali. The Navagraha is over. Let us see what is the thing today. Start with total attentiveness. Everything we listen or chant should be done consciously so that we are conscious of what we are doing, and thereafter only we can become conscious of our own consciousness. Becoming conscious of consciousness is the highest meditation to which we will slowly reach. But let's do our these sadhanas consciously now. Om 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 Sahana Vavatu Sahanam Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Om Sachidanandarupaya Vishwotpatyaadihetave Tapatraya Vinashaya Shri Krishnaya Vayan Namaha Nigamakalvatarorgalitam phalam Shukamukhadamrutadrava Sanyutam Vivata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam Muraho Rasika Bhuvi Bhavukaha Narayanam Namaskritya Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Yonta Pravishya Mama Vachamimam Prasuptam Sanjeevayatya Kila Shakti Dharaswadhamna Anyanscha Hastajarana Shravanatvagadina Pranan Namo Bhagavate Purushaya Tubhyam समस्त देवताभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो ब्राह्मणेभ्यो आचार्येभ्यो भक्तेभ्यो साधकेभ्यो साधुभ्यो तीर्थेभ्यो क्षेत्रेभ्यो नदीनदेभ्यो शास्त्रेभ्यो नमः परब्रह्मणे महाविष्णवे ब्रह्मणे सनकादिमुनिभ्यो नारदाय वेदव्यासाय शुकब्रह्मर्षे सूतमहामुने शौनकादृशिभ्यो वैशम्पायनादृशिभ्यो अत्र्यादृशिभ्यो प्रह्लादादिभक्तजनेभ्यो मत्स्यादेवतारेभ्यो आदित्यादि नवग्रह देवताभ्यो दक्षिणामूर्ति दत्तात्रेय हयग्रीवाद गुरुभ्यो आदिपराशक्ति मात्रे माता पितृ देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो आद्य शंकराचार्यादि गुरुभ्यो नमः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यमोदस्य अस्मिन् क्षणे एव सिद्ध्यर्थं पुराण इतिहासोक्त भगवद्भागवत ऋषिमुनिगुरुदेवतानाम् अनुग्रह भक्त्यादि समस्त साधनानुभव प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिक हैन्दव संस्कृतेः सम्प्रदायानां शास्त्राणां गुरुशिष्य परम्परायाः देवता परम्परायाः च पुनरुत्थान पुनर्जागरण समस्त विश्वव्याप्ति द्वारा समस्त विश्वजीवानाम् आध्यात्मिक प्रगति द्वारा विगत विश्वशांति कल्याण एकता प्राप्त्यर्थम् अस्मिन् धर्म संस्थापन कार्ये निष्ठितानां समस्त भक्त साधक सेवकानां बाह्य अभ्यंतर शत्रु विघ्न निर्मूलन द्वारा शक्ति साधना संपदा सानुकूल्यतानां प्राप्ति द्वारा आरोग्य ऐश्वर्य क्षेम स्थैर्य आदि प्राप्ति द्वारा धर्म संस्थापन कार्ये नित्य निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थं च ये सनातन धर्मस्य शत्रवः भाविताः तेषां सर्वेषां समूल निर्मूलनार्थं च श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण शास्त्रस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं दशमस्कन्धस्य वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम श्री कृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणं दशमस्कन्धः उत्तरार्धः अथ सप्ततितमोऽध्यायः। Shri Shuka Uvacha. Friends, yesterday we saw up to Samvipajjagrato Vipran 13 we have seen. Let us chant from the mantra number 14 today. Om Shri Shuka Uvacha Tavat Sutha Upaniya Syandanam Paramadbhutam Sugrivadyairyuktam प्रणम्यावस्थितोऽग्रतः गृहीत्वा पाणिना पाणी सारथे स्तमथारुहतौ सात्यक्युद्धव संयुक्तः पूर्वाद्रिमिव भास्करः ईक्षितोऽन्तः पुरस्त्रीणां सव्रीडप्रेम वीक्षितैः कृच्छ्राद्विसृष्टो निरगातु जातः सोऽहरन्मनः सुधर्माख्यां सभां सर्वैर्वृष्णिभिः परिवारितः प्राविशत् यन्निविष्टानां न सन्त्यङ्गषडूर्मयः तत्रोपविष्टः परमासने विभुः बभौ स्वभासा कगुपो वभासयन् वृतो नृसिंहैर्यदुभिर्यदुत्तमः यथोडुराजो दिवि तारकागणैः तत्रोपमन्त्रिणो राजन् नानाहास्यरसैर्विभुम् उपतस्तुर्नटाचार्याः नर्तक्यस्ताण्डवैः पृथको मृदङ्गवीणामुरज वेणुताळधरस्वनैः नन्दुतुर्जगुस्तुष्टुवुश्च सूतमागधवन्दिनः तत्राहुर्ब्राह्मणाः केचिदो आसीना ब्रह्मवादिनः पूर्वेषां पुण्यशसां राज्ञां चाकथयन् कथाः तत्रैकः पुरुषो राजन आगतो पूर्वदर्शनः विज्ञापितो भगवते प्रतिहारैः प्रवेशितः स नमस्कृत्य कृष्णाय परेशाय कृताञ्जलिः राज्ञामावेदयत् दुःखं जरागिरिव्रजे कृष्ण कृष्ण प्रमेयातन् आत्मन् प्रपन्न भयभञ्जन वयं त्वां शरणं यामः भवभीताः पृथक् धियः लोको विकर्मनिरतः कुशले प्रमतः कर्मण्ययं तदुदिते भवदर्चने स्वे यस्तावदस्य बलवानिह जीविताशां सद्यश्चिनत्यनिमिषाय नमोऽस्तु तस्मै लोके भवान् जगति न कलयावतीर्णः सद्रक्षणाय खलनिग्रहणाय चान्यः कश्चित् त्वदीयमतियाति निदेशमीश किं वा जनः स्वकृतं रुच्छति तन्न विद्मः स्वप्नायितं नृपसुखं परतन्त्रमीश शश्वद्भयेन मृतकेन धुरं वहामः हित्वा तदात्मनि सुखं तदनीह लभ्यं क्लिश्यामहेति कृपणाः तव माययेह तन्नो भवान् प्रणतशोकहराङ्घ्रियुग्मः बद्धान् वियुङ्क्षमगधाह्वय कर्मपाशात् यो भूभुजो युतमतङ्गजवीर्यमेकः बिभ्रद्रुरोधभवने मृगराडिवावीः यो वै त्वया द्विनवकृत्व उदात्तचक्र भग्नो मृधे खलु भवन्तमनन्तवीर्यं जित्वा नृलोकनिरतं सकृत् ऊढदर्पः युष्मत्प्रजारुचति नोजित तद्विधेहि दूत उवाच इति मागधसमृद्धाः भवद्दर्शनकाङ्क्षिणः प्रपन्नाः पादमूलं ते दीनानां संविधीयताम्। श्रीशुक उवाच राजदूते ब्रुवत्येवं देवर्षिः परमद्युतिः बिभ्रत्पिङ्गजटाभारं प्रादुरासेद यथा रविः तं दृष्ट्वा भगवान् कृष्णः सर्वलोकेश्वरेश्वरः ववन्द उत्थितः शीर्षणा ससभ्यः सानुगो मृता सभाजयित्वा विधिवतो कृतासनपरिग्रहं बभाषे सूनृतैर्वाक्यैः श्रद्धया तर्पयन् मुनिम् अभिस्विद् अस्य लोक अभिस्विद् अद्य लोकानां त्रयाणाम् अकुतो भयं ननु भूयान् भगवतः लोकान् पर्यटतो गुणः न हि ते विदितं किञ्चित् लोकेष्वीश्वरकर्तृषु अथ पृच्छामहे युष्मान् पाण्डवानां चिकीर्षितं। श्रीनारद उवाच दृष्टा मया ते बहुशो दुरत्यया माया विभो विश्वसृजश्च मायिनः भूतेषु भूमन् चरतः स्वशक्तिभिः वह्नेरिवच्छन्नरुचो न मे अद्भुतं तवेहितं कोर्हति साधु वेदितुं स्वमाययेदं सृजतो नियच्छतः यद्विद्यमानात्मतया वभासते तस्मै नमस्ते स्वविलक्षणात्मने जीवस्य यः संसरतो विमोक्षणं न जानतो नर्तवहाच्चरीरतः लीलावतारैः स्वयशः प्रदीपकं प्राज्वालयत्वा तमहं प्रपद्ये अथाप्याश्रावये ब्रह्म नरलोकविडम्बनं राज्ञः पैतृष्वसेयस्य भक्तस्य च चिकीर्षितं यक्षते त्वां मखेन्द्रेण राजसूयेन पाण्डवः पारमेष्ट्यकामो नृपतिः तद्भवाननुमोदताम् तस्मिन् देवक्रतुवरे भवन्तं वै सुरादयः दिदृक्षवः समेष्यन्ति राजानश्च यशस्विनः श्रवणात् कीर्तनात् ध्यानात् पूयन्तेऽन्ते वसायिनः तव ब्रह्ममयस्येष किमुतेक्षाभिमर्शिनः यस्यामलं दिवि यशः प्रथितं रसायां भूमौ च ते भवनमङ्गलदिग्वितानं मन्दाकिनीति दिवि भोगवतीति चादः गङ्गेति चेह चरणाम्बुनाति विश्वं। श्रीशुक उवाच तत्र तेष्वात्मपक्षेषु अगृह्णत्सु विजिगीषया वाचः पेशैः स्मयन् भृत्यम् उद्धवं प्राह केशव। श्रीभगवानुवाच त्वं हि नः परमं चक्षुः सुहृन्मन्त्रार्थतत्त्वविद् तथात्र भ्रूहि अनुष्ठेयं श्रद्धध्मः करवाम तत् इत्युपामन्त्रितो भर्त्रा सर्वज्ञेनापि मुग्धवतो निदेशं शिरसाधाय उद्धवः प्रत्यभाषत। इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे पारमहंस्यां संहितायां दशमस्कन्धे उत्तरार्धे भगवद्दानविचारो नाम सप्ततितमोऽध्यायः। Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Friends, what a beautiful topic in this 70th Skandha. Yesterday we started seeing where Bhagavan Krishna getting a bit Brahma Murta, washing hands, legs, feet and all face, sitting for the Brahma Tattva Dhyanam. Thereafter he has taken the bath and early morning puja, sandhya vandanam, upasana, yagnam, all of that he has done. Thereafter, he has given dakshina to the brahmanas, the cows, etc., with such a wonderful alankara, vastra, everything. Thereafter, all the other guests, if at all there, elders of the home, servants, every one of them were taken care. In this way, was so conscious, so alert he was in his everyday dinacharya. So wonderful, worthy of imitation by all of us. Then by that time all that is are over, the chariot, the car is ready for him to go to office. And when he, the officer, go to the office, what of the Apsara at home? They are called Apsara, the female officers in Hindi. Officer hai, to Apsara hai. Are going to office, especially in the first few seconds of your married life or maybe few months. Huh? And after that, when you get children, they grow little. So how, with all the heavy heart, they send you off to the office because शाम तक फिर कौन है कपड़े बर्तन मांजने वाला. So so miserably they wait again for you till evening. In the same way, all 16,000 wives were sending one Krishna only, taking so many forms to the office. And while going and heavy heart, they will send him off. And while going, he gives such a wonderful smile that throughout the day they remember. So these are all गृहस्थ आश्रम में जो मिलने वाले छुटमुट घटनाएं, whatever you call them. So this is the topic. And then going to Sudharma Sabha and what the things happen there. That's it. So many leelas Bhagavan was doing of big type of finishing all the Rakshasas and all. Along with that, he has got his own daily routine of going to the Sudharma. Raja is Ugrasena only. But Krishna Bhagavan is the Lord, everybody knows. So he will preside, he will be there to guide, etc. So let us see that portion. Okay. 13th mantra mein we have seen Samvibhajya Agratah Vipran. First, he will give to the Brahmanas. What is that? Sraka Tambula Anulepanaihi. Any of the garlands are there? Tambula Anulepana. First. Then Suhrudaha. All the elders, well wishers. Then Prakrutihi. All the servants. Then Dharana. To the wives. Then Upayuntaha Tada Swayam. Last fifth only is his share after giving to everyone. So after ensuring that everybody receives or takes their due, then only Bhagavan. He is not a greedy that I must have everything first. So they are all the leader के लक्षण होते हैं. यजमान of the house or any person matured should take care of others first, then only himself. Beautiful topic it is, In that only our selflessness, our love for the world, our detachment from our slavery to our upadhis, all of them can be seen and learnt also. This is how we learn. Excellent it is. Then what happened? Tavat. By the time all these are done, Sutaha, the Darukaha, the Sarathi, Upaniya Syandanam. He will bring the chariot, Paramadbhutam. Wonderful, excellent chariot. That one, Sugrivaadhyahi Hayahi Yuktam. So the Sugriva and what is that? Sughosha, Pushpaka, four names are there, no? The names of the horses. The yoked with these four horses, Sugriva Ityadi, Yuktam, that chariot he will bring. Then Purvadrim, then Pranamya Avastita Agrataha. He'll come and do the salutation to the Lord and he'll wait for the Lord to come and board the chariot. You know? The car driver opens the car, driver keeps ready for the officer to enter. Excellent, when you feel all these things. Bhagavan Adbhuta, Sundara, Anandadayaka, Leelas. Then how cute this one, Gruhitva Panina Pani Sarathehe. So Sarathi ke haath ko Bhagavan pakadkar, then Atha Aruhatu. He will board the chariot. दारुक हर दिन भगवान को ऐसे हाथ देकर पकड़कर he will make him sit in his chariot. Excellent it is. Very joyful. है ना, थोड़ा हाइट वाला है चैरियट, थोड़ा लेके ऐसे बैठने का, है ना. Wonderful it is. Loving it is. गृहीत्वा पाणिना पाणी. Permanently this line has come in holding his hand. तो पाणिना पाणी ही, दोनों हाथ उनके पकड़कर, ड्यूअल केस है. सारथे तम अथ आरोहत. He will board that chariot. Then board, let us say today. Then Satyaki Uddhava Sanyuktaha. Satyaki Uddhava. Satyaki already is there. Uddhava. So they come before only to Lord's place. So they go together. For Lord, some escort company required. And they being very VIPs, very close to him. Some confidential things they can discuss. So Satyaki Uddhava दोनों को साथ, है ना. Sometime in the officers also, कोई भी नेक्स्ट लेवल ऑफिसर या उनसे कम वाले ऑलरेडी ड्राइवर के साथ आकर तो ऑफिसर को बिठा कर ले जाते. इन दैट वे दे वर ऑलवेज विथ हिम. सात्विक उद्धव संयुक्तः. एंड एज द चैरिट इज मूविंग, पूर्व अद्रिम इव भास्करः. Like from the eastern horizon, from above the mountain, how the sun rises in that beautiful manner, Bhagavan will go to the office. Sudharma Sabha. Like we have the parliament. Then Ikshitaha Antapura Strinam. All Antapura Stris look at him. Savrida Prema Vikshitaihi. With all the bashfulness and love, they look at him. Then Kruchad Visrushtaha Niragat. With lot of difficulty, they give him send off. Kruchrat Visrushtaha. Having left very, very difficultly, Niragat, he just came out of the palace. Then Jatahasaha, with a cute smile, Haran Manaha, and looting the minds of everyone of them. Bhagwan used to, yes, I will come in the evening. So that means what? He is not caught up only at home. He goes to office. And he is not lost in the office. He takes care of the family. He is not only in the office and family, he as a king takes care of an entire kingdom. Not only that, as a lord, he takes care of all bhaktas, which we'll see today. When those people come, that Dutha comes and Narada comes, tells about Yudhishthira Yagna. So too, being a Jagat Guru, whoever seeks, he gives directly or indirectly Tattvopadesha, Jnanopadesha. Bhagavan fulfills all his duties. So, Haran Manaha Niragata Jatahasaha. With a cute smile, he leaves. Thereafter, Sudharma Kyam Sabham. He will enter into Sudharma Sabha. You can see the whole 1 day schedule of Lord Krishna, video shot, or it is being in the word form, it is described here. The camera 2, now Sudharma.